Have you ever been so deeply connected with someone that their words and actions had the power to move your heart, yet left you wondering if it was genuine or a clever form of manipulation? Imagine you're texting with her. She sends you messages filled with emojis, heartwarming words, and promises of forever. You can't help but feel like you're floating on cloud nine. But as days turn into weeks, you notice something unsettling. Her actions don't quite match those sweet words. She cancels plans, leaves you hanging, and it feels like you're constantly chasing after her. Ever been in that frustrating, heart-wrenching situation? It's like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands. You're left wondering, is she really into me or am I just a pawn in her game? That's why what we're about to show in this video will help you discern accurately. Pay attention to the guides because they'll help you separate genuine emotions from deceptive tactics. By the end of the video, you'll genuinely understand whether she's communicating from the depths of her soul or it's just manipulation. Watch out for these manipulative signs. One of the signs she'll pull where you are is the silent game. Take, for instance, you've been seeing her for weeks, and every moment spent together feels like a page from a beautiful love story. The world seems brighter, and the colors seem more vivid when she's around. You've been crafting a connection in your heart, one that seems destined to flourish. Each day is a new chapter in your budding romance, filled with laughter, shared secrets, and stolen glances. The journey feels like an exhilarating adventure, and you're eagerly flipping the pages, wanting to discover what's next. It's a thrilling sensation, that feeling of getting to know someone on a profound level. But then, like a plot twist in a novel, everything changes in an instant. The messages that used to light up your phone with her name suddenly stopped. The silence from her end is deafening, and you're left staring at your phone, waiting for a reply that never comes. Questions flood your mind. Did I say something wrong? Did I unwittingly step on a landmine of emotions? You replay your conversations like a broken record, desperately searching for the words that may have caused this abrupt silence. Listen, she's pulling away, making you chase harder, making you want her more desperately. It's a weapon in her arsenal, a tool to manipulate your feelings, to make you crave her attention, to make you dance to her tune. But let's step back and reflect. Real relationships, the ones that are meant to stand the test of time, aren't built on mind games and power struggles. They're built on trust, communication, and respect. If you're left in the dark, feeling uncertain, it's time to man up. It's time to address the issue at hand, to tackle it head on. You deserve respect and clarity in a relationship. Emotions are meant to be shared, not hidden behind a curtain of silence. Next, she'll bomb you with love. Ever had that feeling like you've suddenly become the center of her universe? It's like you're the sun and her world revolves around you. But don't let that warmth blind you, because this calls for caution. Let's say after meeting and coming to know her a little bit, she starts to hit you with intense affection. It's like a tidal wave of love. She's love bombing you, showering you with charisma, charm, and compliments that make your head spin. You feel like you're on top of the world, and who wouldn't? It's like standing in the spotlight of adoration. But here's the catch. It's not genuine. It's a meticulously orchestrated act, a strategy to make you believe you're the chosen one. She paints a picture where you're the star, the hero of the tale. You bask in this glory, but there's a twist waiting just around the corner. When you're deep into this, that narrative changes like the shifting winds. Suddenly, the love that once burned so brightly begins to fade. You see, real love, the kind that stands the test of time, doesn't burst onto the scene like a meteor shower, bright and intense but burning out quickly. It takes its time. It grows on a solid foundation of trust and mutual respect. It's a steady flame, not a flashy fireworks display. So when you find yourself amidst this love-bombing spectacle, stay grounded, keep your wits about you, and evaluate their intentions. Always, always trust your instincts. Trust is about balance, about growth, and mutual respect. It's not about being the center of the universe for a moment. It's about finding someone who will journey with you through life, hand in hand, where your emotions are valued and your love is real. Number 3, she plays the victim. What happens when you muster the courage to address an issue that's been bothering you? In a healthy relationship, it's like two captains steering a ship through a storm. You talk about the problem, work together to navigate the waves, and ultimately find a solution that keeps your love vessel afloat. But here's the kicker. If you find yourself entangled with a manipulative partner, it's a different story altogether. Picture this. You try to bring up a concern, something that's been gnawing at the edges of your connection. Maybe it's the fact that she's often glued to her phone tone when you're supposed to be enjoying each other's company. You think it's a simple issue. Well, think again. Instead of working alongside you to find middle ground, to reach a compromise that strengthens your bond, she starts spinning things like a master weaver of deception. She'll toss the blame around like a hot potato, even when it's glaringly obvious that the issue lies squarely on her shoulders. She might fire back with something like, "Well, you're on the phone too sometimes, even when I ask you to stop. You're making this a huge deal." It's like she's playing a twisted game of emotional ping pong, and you're left standing there feeling like you've somehow become the bad guy. This is the art of manipulation on full display. It's a tactic aimed at diverting attention away from the real problem, making you question your own actions, and ultimately doubting your own feelings of frustration and concern. But here's the truth. In a healthy, balanced relationship, concerns are addressed honestly, and both partners work together to find solutions that benefit the union. Number 2, she gaslights you. When she gaslights you, it's like being stuck in a maze where your thoughts and memories become a fog and you're left questioning your own reality. For example, you bring up a past conversation, something you vividly remember discussing with her. It's etched in your mind like a scene from a movie, but instead of a simple acknowledgement, she denies it ever took place. It's like someone snatched the pages from your book of memories. Or maybe you muster the courage to share how you're feeling, to open up about your emotions, but instead of empathy or understanding, she hits you with a 1-2 punch. She tells you you're overreacting or being irrational, like your feelings are somehow misplaced. You are left in this emotional whirlwind, and she drops phrases that cut like a knife. "Are you sure that happened? I think you're misremembering." Or, "You're so emotional. You always over-exaggerate things." It's like she's rewriting your reality, making you doubt the very core of your thoughts and emotions. And that's where the emotional captivity of gaslighting becomes crystal clear. It's a manipulation tactic that shares the foundation of your self-trust, making you question your own sanity. You start to second-guess your memories, your feelings, your very essence, but your thoughts and emotions are valid, and you have the right to express them without fear of being invalidated. Finally, she uses guilt as a tactic. We're all human, and making mistakes is as natural as breathing. It's part of the journey, part of what makes us who we are. But here's the thing, it's not the mistake that defines us, it's how we deal with it. You see, dwelling on past mistakes, letting them fester like an old wound, that's where the real problem begins. It's like carrying a heavy burden on your shoulders, one that weighs you down and keeps you from moving forward. You must learn to forgive yourself, to let go of that weight, and to embrace the fact that we all stumble from time to time. But here's where it gets tricky. If she's constantly guilting you about something you did in the past, if she's using your own mistakes as a weapon to get you to bend to her will, well, that's a flashing red sign of an emotional manipulator. Sure, we all experience moments of guilt in our day-to-day lives. It's part of our moral compass, our inner guide. But when someone takes that guilt and sharpens it like a dagger, targeting your weaknesses, it becomes manipulation of the highest order. It's like she's playing a tune on your heartstrings, making you dance to a rhythm that's not your own. And this kind of manipulation, it's like a corrosive acid. It can eat away at the very foundations of trust that good relationships are built on. Trust, you see, it's the bedrock upon which love, respect, and understanding thrive. When it erodes, it weakens the relationship, like a house with crumbling walls. So what's the takeaway from all this? Don't let the shadows of your past mistakes define your present or dictate your future. Forgive yourself, learn, and grow. And if you find yourself in the clutches of an emotional manipulator who wields your mistakes against you, it's time to step back, reevaluate, and prioritize your well-being. So you can now discern if she's been manipulating you or communicating honestly to you.